Hello friends, today we are going to discuss another special purpose diode, that is PIN diode, which is extensively used at microwave frequencies. The PIN diode is an alteration of PN junction for particular application. After the PN junction diode was developed in year 1940s, the diode was first exercised as a high power rectifier, low frequency during the year 1952. The occurrence of an intrinsic layer can significantly increase the breakdown voltage for the application of high voltage. This intrinsic layer also offers exciting properties when the device operates at high frequencies in the range of radio waves and microwaves. A PIN diode is one kind of diode with an undoped wide intrinsic semiconductor region between a p-type and n-type semiconductor region. These regions are normally heavily doped as they are used for the ohmic contacts. The wider intrinsic region is in difference to an ordinary PN diode. This region makes the diode an inferior rectifier, but it makes it appropriate for fast switches, attenuators, photodetectors, and high voltage power electronics applications. So in this picture, we can see a simple structure of a PIN diode. Now, here this is the p-type semiconductor which is heavily doped. This is n-type semiconductor which is also very heavily doped, and this is the intrinsic or I semiconductor. Now, this is why we say it is a PIN. Here P for this P, I for the intrinsic, and N for the n-type semiconductor. So we can say it's like an ordinary diode with PN junction, but that junction is modified by inclusion of intrinsic I-type semiconductor layer, this layer. Now here intrinsic means pure semiconductor without any doping. Usually we are going to use silica. The intrinsic layer, this layer, is to create certain degree of separation between P and N-type material at PN junction, while still allowing the junction in fact to exist. The separation introduces some dielectric type properties to this layer, greatly reducing the junction capacitance of the diode, and by reducing the junction capacitance, it works better at higher frequencies. Also, this p-type semiconductor and this n-type semiconductor, these are heavily doped as they are used to make ohmic contact. The PIN diode operates under high level injection, as we can also say that intrinsic or I region is flooded with charge carrier from P and N regions. PIN diode will conduct current once the flooded electrons and holes reaches an equilibrium point where the number of holes is equal to the number of electrons in this particular region, intrinsic region. When the diode is forward bias, means this is connected to the positive terminal and this n-type part is connected to the negative terminal. In that case, this PIN diode is forward bias, and in this case the injected carrier concentration is typically several orders of magnitude higher than intrinsic level carrier concentration. Now, because of this high level injection, which in turn due to the depletion process, the electric field extends deeply into the region. This electric field helps in speeding up the transport of charge carrier from P to N region, which results in faster operation of diode, making it suitable for higher frequency operations. So PIN diode is a RF diode ideally suitable for detecting radio signals, mixing radio signals, and also switching the radio signals. The PIN diode acts as a low frequency rectifier that could rectify more power than a ordinary PN junction does. Up to about 100 MHz, the operation is similar to an ordinary PN diode. At higher frequencies, the PIN diode acts like a variable resistance. Rectification ceases at higher frequencies due to carrier storage junction and the transit time across the large intrinsic region. Under zero and reverse bias, the diode has a very high impedance at microwave frequencies and a very low impedance for small forward current, that is with bias variation on a PN pin diode. Its microwave resistance changes from nearly 5 to 10 kilo ohm under negative bias to around 5 ohm under positive bias. That is, it behaves as a microwave switch. Now this picture shows the diode circuit symbol. This is the circuit symbol and this is the construction. Here this P plus is heavily doped P-type material, this N plus is heavily doped N-type material, and this is pure semiconductor intrinsic N-type material. Normally it is silica. And these are for the metallic contacts. This is for anode, this will be the anode part, this will be the cathode part. So we can say the term PIN diode gets its name from the fact that includes three main layers. Rather than just having a P-type and N-type layer, it has three layers such as P-type layer, intrinsic layer, N-type layer. The working principle of PIN diode is exactly same as a normal diode. The main difference is that the depletion region, because that normally exists between both the P and N region in a reverse bias or unbiased diode, is larger. In any PIN junction diode, the P region contains hole as it has been doped to make sure that it has a majority of holes. Likewise, the N region has been doped to hold excess electrons. The layer between the P and N region includes no charge carrier as any electrons or hole merge. As the depletion region of the diode has no charge carrier, it works as an insulator. The depletion region exists within a PIN diode, but if the PIN diode is forward biased, then the carrier comes into the depletion region, and as the two carriers type get together, the flow of current will start. When the PIN diode is connected in forward bias, the charge carrier are very much higher than the level of intrinsic carrier attention. Due to this reason, the electric field and the high level injection level extends deeply into the region. This electric field assists in speeding up of the moving of charge carrier from P to N region, which consequences in quicker operation of PIN diode, making it an appropriate device for high frequency operations. Now let us see the operation of PIN diode. The operation of PIN diode can be explained by considering zero bias, reverse bias, and forward biased condition. Now let us discuss one by one these conditions. Now in this picture we can easily see this is a simple structure of a PIN diode, and this is the case when it is under zero bias. Here we can see it is having very highly doped P-type region, and this is heavily doped N region, and this is the pure intrinsic semiconductor, usually silica. Now in this picture we can also see the distribution of electric field in different regions of the diode, and this shows the space charge density. Now let us discuss this operation for different biasing condition. Now first condition is under zero bias. At zero bias, the diffusion of holes and electrons across the junction cause space charge density region of thickness which is inversely proportional to the impurity concentration. An ideal I layer has no depletion region, that is P layer has a fixed negative charge and N layer has a fixed positive change under the zero bias condition. Now the second condition is how this behave under reverse bias. So as reverse bias is applied, the space charge region in the P and N layer will become thicker. The reverse resistance will be very high and almost constant. And the third condition is the forward bias condition. Now with forward bias, carrier will be injected into I layer, in this layer, and the P and N space charge regions will become thinner, that is electron and hole are injected into I layer from P and N layers respectively. This results in carrier concentration in the I layer becoming raised above equilibrium levels and the resistivity drops as the forward bias is increased. So low resistance is offered in the forward direction. Now let us discuss some of the characteristics of a pin diode. The pin diode characteristics include the following. This pin diode obeys the typical diode equation for small frequency signals. As higher frequencies, pin diode appears like an approximately perfect resistor. There is a set of stored charge in the intrinsic region. At small frequencies, the charge can be detached and the diode switched off. And at higher frequencies, there is not sufficient time to eliminate the charge because frequency is very high, so the pin diode never switched off. The diode has a reduced reverse recovery time. A pin diode properly biased therefore performs as a variable resistor. This high frequency resistance may differ over a broad range from 0.1 ohm to 10 kilo ohm. In some cases, the practical range is slighter. The wider intrinsic area also means the pin diode will have a low capacitance when reverse biased. In this diode, the depletion region exists completely in the intrinsic region. This depletion region is much better than in a PN diode and nearly constant size independent of reverse bias applied to the PN diode. This increases the amount where pairs of electron hole can be produced by an occurrence of photon. Some photodetector devices like phototransistors and pin photodiodes imply a pin junction in their construction. The design of pin diode has some design trade-off. Rising the magnitude of the intrinsic region permits the diode to appear like a resistor at minor frequencies. It harmfully affects the time required to switch off the diode and its shunt capacitance. Therefore, it is essential to choose a device with the most suitable properties for a particular use. Now, after knowing the nature, characteristics, and how pin diode is going to work, now let us discuss the various applications which are there for pin diode. Now the first application of pin diode is as a switch. Now it can be used either in a series or in shunt. Now in this case we have used the pin diode in series. So in the first case, when the diode is reverse bias, this is pin diode which is reverse bias. In that case, switch is off or open, and when it is forward bias, it is closed. So the bias is changed by a suitable control system. As we can see, this is the bias control which is going to make this diode maybe in forward bias condition or maybe in the reverse bias condition. So when this diode is in reverse bias mode, it is equal to the off state or open state, and when this is in forward bias, it is in on state or in closed state. So in this way we can use this pin diode as a switch. Now in the second case, when the diode is forward bias, now in this particular case the diode is, this pin diode is used as a switch, but it is connected in a parallel to the circuit. Now here when diode is forward bias, it offers a short circuit. Hence the energy is fully reflected back and no power flows to the load, because when this is acting as a short circuit, so the current will flow from it and it is going to in this outer circuit, and no current is going to the load. And so we can say this, in this case the switches work just like an open switch. And if reverse bias, the diode is open, this will be open, hence the load receives the power and the power will find its path from this load. So we can say switch is closed and we can get output across the load. So this is how a pin diode can act as a switch, whether you connect it in series to the circuit or in parallel to the circuit. Now the second application of pin diode is as amplitude modulator circuit. Now the diode is kept at low reverse bias. This is the pin diode which is kept at low reverse bias and in series with the low frequency modulating signal. This is the message signal or the low frequency modulating signal. This is the high frequency carrier input, and this is the corresponding amplitude modulated output, in which the amplitude of this carrier signal is varied in accordance with the modulating signal or the message signal. The modulating signal amplitude is kept smaller than RF carrier signal. The modulating signal changes the RF resistance of this diode so that varying amount of mismatch result. Hence the amount of carrier power reflected back, and hence the amount of carrier passed beyond diode circuit toward the output varies as the input value of the modulating signal. So depending upon this, we will get the corresponding carrier output, and the amplitude of that carrier will definitely going to depend upon this particular modulating signal. So in this way, this pin diode can also be used in a amplitude modulator circuit. Now the next application is pin diode as a phase shifter. Now we can see in this particular diagram the circular coupled phase shifter is shown here. Here this S represents a pin diode switch. The input signal travels a distance equals to L, or this L plus small l, depending upon whether this switch is closed or open respectively. Therefore, between the two conditions, we have a phase shift of 2 theta. The signal has to travel to permanent short and return. By adjusting this small l, phase shift can be adjusted. L will be far greater in magnitude than this small l, which will be a fraction of a wavelength. It finds application mainly in phase array radars. Now the next application of pin diode is as a limiter. Now we can see in this circuit the input power here on the horizontal axis and output power along the vertical axis for a pin diode is shown here. We see that when input power is moderate, you can see from this point to this point the input power is moderate, and in this particular region output follows input power, means from this point to this point we can say as we increase the input power, our output power is also linearly increasing, but this is up to this point. And for larger input greater than this input, the diode absorbs the power and output will be decreased or limited. That is, it will not vary much with respect to the input power. This can be seen from this graph, means from this point to this point we are having moderate input, so input and output they are linearly related, and after this there is not much increase in output power with respect to increase in the input power, because some power is absorbed by the diode. The pin diode is also used as a high voltage rectifier. The intrinsic layer in the diode offers a partition between both the layers, permitting higher reverse voltages to be tolerated. Another application is the pin diode is used as an ideal radio frequency switch. The intrinsic layer among the PN and N layers increases the space between them. This also reduces the capacitance between both the regions, thus raising the level of isolation when the pin diode is reverse biased. The next application is in photodetectors. The pin diode is used as a photodetector to convert the light into the current, which takes place in the depletion layer of the photodiode. Raising the depletion layer by inserting the intrinsic layer progresses the performance by increasing the volume in where light change occurs. Also, this pin diode is an ideal element to give electronic switching in application of electronics. It is mainly useful for RF design application and also for providing the switching or attenuating elements in RF attenuators and RF switches. The PIN diode is capable to give much higher level of consistency than RF relays that are frequently the only other alternative. So we have discussed some of the main applications of the PIN diode, although they can also be applied in some other areas. So friends, this is a brief discussion about PIN diode. In today's discussion, we have discussed the concept, construction, characteristics, application areas, the working principle of PIN diode, and we have also discussed the operation of PIN diode under zero bias, reverse bias, and forward bias condition. So this is all for today's lecture. Thanks for listening my lecture. Have a very nice day.